Hey everybody, welcome back to another Judgment commentary of Made in Abyss Season 2, but today we're going to be checking out Episode 6. But last time, on Episode 5, Reg learned some important information about his origins from that big robot guy, but sadly he couldn't tell him too much, like he couldn't tell him who created him or anything like that, but we did get some crucial details there. Like that apparently he is a type of robot who was created to survey the layers of the Abyss, and that usually they'll just stay in the layer they're stationed to, but Reg, for whatever reason, just kinda comes and goes as he pleases. And we learn how exactly Mitty ended up here in the Village of Hollows, because that was quite the interesting development, because we all remember when we last saw her. So how she ended up here? Well, quite simple really. At some point in the past, Bone Druid traveled to the Village of Hollows and brought Mitty with him. And when Belaf saw Mitty, he desperately wanted them, so badly, but of course, Bone Druid's not willing to part with them, for any price. So Belaf's solution was to rip off parts of his own body, and then just create an exact copy of Mitty, using them. And when they say exact copy, they mean literally in the sense that even Mitty's soul was replicated, somehow. So for all intents and purposes, the real flesh and blood Mitty was here. Duplicated, still alive even after the original was laid to rest. And of course, Nanachi being presented with Mitty once more, naturally she wants to take her and leave this place, but you know how this works, they need something in exchange. And Nanachi offered herself. Yeah, Nanachi offered to stay here forever, so that Mitty wouldn't have to be constantly drank from like a Capri Sun for the rest of their eternal life. When Riko stumbles upon this, naturally she also doesn't want Mitty and Nanachi to just stay here forever, so she has to strike a deal of her own. And as a human, she does have a lot to barter with, because humans are quite rare down these parts, so anything that she's got on her would be very valuable to trade with. Now initially, Belaf wanted Riko to trade her entire self for the two of them, but Riko's a decent haggler, so she said, hey, I'm a human, I'm worth a lot, so just take some of my hair or my nails or something. And Belaf was like, yeah, you know what, you're right, I was being greedy. Instead, you can either give me your legs, your eyes, or your internal organs. Now, Belaf promised that they would make sure Riko didn't die, but living without any of those things would either be really, really bad, or impossible. Because seriously, depending on what organs they take, she wouldn't be able to survive anyway, no matter what you did. So yeah, that's quite the predicament Riko's in. She wants to get Nanachi and Mitty out of here, but that price is steep. There's no good option there. None. I mean, the best of them all might be the legs, because I guess you can get some sick robo legs going, but that's the only silver lining to that. If you lose your eyes, you're not going to be able to do much exploring without them. And without your internal organs, like I said, you can't really live. Oh, and by the way, last time, I thought that Belaf was crying right here, but one of you told me that those aren't eyes, those are all mouths. So, yeah, he wasn't crying. He was not crying. That kind of changes the context, doesn't it? So what is a Riko to do in this situation? I don't know, maybe she can haggle him down even further. Maybe, but probably not. They said that they were firm on this position here, so maybe the conditions can be altered some other way. We'll see. Let's go, man. Episode 6. So this dude, Wazu-kyan, I believe they called him, something along those lines, right? She remarked on his face, saying that he could still be scared. That's the dude who led their suicide squad, right? The Ganja? I believe they remarked about him, you know, being scared at one point, right? So I guess he's just this guy now, and he's one of the sages. But then we see this thing, this weird Manaphy egg looking deal. Talking about her desires and stuff being dredged up. This is a very intestine-y looking locale here. I guess what we're looking at is the Cradle of Desire then? Because she's talking about desires and, I don't know, I guess you could say this is a little cradle-y. And I have to say again, by the way, how interesting the big jellyfish thing was. I mean, that thing seemed very overpowered. I mean, it was just absorbing everything in its wake, and then when they revealed that it was just a hive of sorts, you know, that all of the little goo on it was just smaller individuals who were working together. They're basically bees. Purple gooey bees. And of course, I have to say how cool it was, Rico pulling out the whistle, using it for the first time, and it just summoning forth Reg like that and unlocking his inner power. Like I said, it's a Super Saiyan form essentially. It unlocks his true strength, and he flew in there and just handled that effortlessly, saving the day. And honestly, it makes him look really cool. Like any good Super Saiyan form. And man, the complete 180 of Ma as a character is interesting to see. I mean, there's not much in depth we know about them as a character per se, but just the way we first saw them, it sets you up to not like them. Really, because they just got him and just crushed him like that. You know what I'm talking about. It was unpleasant. But every moment after that, Ma is just killing it, rushing in and saving Rico multiple times with that epic falcon punch in the alleyway, and then now getting in front of her to take the impact there. I don't know what happened to you, Ma, but you really started to come into your own as a real one here. My initial sympathy for you seemed to be well placed. Honestly, just a really intense episode. Very well done. The action was quite engaging. I mean, Rico and Kaja teaming up like that and working with everybody else as well, it was satisfying. Honestly, it was just a really cool episode, and it was awesome that it tied back into what Bondrewd said way back when in Dawn of the Deep Soul, that the whistles can draw out the true purpose of relics, and Reg is a relic, so he just brought him right back up to full power. And this is him still missing an arm, by the way. But now, I guess they're just gonna have to find Fapata and see if they can get anything they can from her to exchange to get Mitty and Nanachi back. And who knows, maybe in the end they'll only be able to take Nanachi, but no, that won't work. There's no way Nanachi is going anywhere if she can't bring Mitty with her. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to see how it goes next time. But anyway, for now, I think it's gonna be it, guys, so thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed. Subscribe to be updated on more. That'd be great. Next time, we're going to be checking out episode 7, which at the time of recording, I think that's the most recent one. Again, at the time of recording, I think it is, but by the time 7 would be out, episode 8 would also be out. So I'm gonna try very hard to get caught up again. I don't know what it is. I've been having bad luck trying to stay caught up with Made in Abyss, man. I got 2 episodes behind. I suppose that might not be a problem for too long, considering there's probably only going to be about 12 or 13 episodes in this season anyway. But I would very much like to catch back up and stay caught up, so that by the time the last episode drops, I can check it out as soon as possible. So sorry for the delays, guys, but sincerely, I hope you did enjoy the video. I had fun recording this episode here, but till we meet again, I will see you guys later.